Hey. So we were just on the other stream, and now this is my first time officially streaming with Restream. So let's see how it goes. Join me and let's talk. Okay, so I need to pair it to see. Okay, let me do this. Alrighty. Think I'm there. How's everybody? Hi, hello, how are you? Okay. This is a first. All right, got it. Okay, hi Karen. How are you? How you doing? All right. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I was on another Twitch stream, and this is actually officially my first restream by myself doing it. So I am sewing right now, finishing up a skirt. And then I need to hem and had some time. So let's talk. And I need to also get my streaming hours. And then as I get a plan together for what I want to do, that's what we're gonna do here. And we'll just be chit chatting, talking, and sewing just for just 30 minutes. Oh, okay. You're good. Thanks. Oh, wonderful. Okay. I think we're good on here. And let me get this up. Okay. Yeah, but I'm just sewing. We were doing sewing and chatting, sewing with friends earlier with me, Nicole, and Mia. And then now I am just hemming and ironing my outfit, my skirt, and just making sure everything looks good so that I can finish it and then go from there. And then I'll show you guys that. I know there's so many platforms. I know. It becomes a lot. It does become a little overwhelming, to be honest with you. It definitely can be overwhelming. I know for me, I'm like overwhelmed at times. Like, oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I need is hem tape. Let me see. That's where, when you're rearranging everything in your sewing space and then you can't find it. But you know what? I know exactly what I'll do. I'm going to do a blind hem on this machine. That's what we'll do. Because I don't think I can find the hem tape today. Let me see, because I did not, we ended this one, but I did not, I don't know. Karen, are you here from Twitch, or are you here from what is the word? YouTube. Let me know. Yeah, no, that was quick. We did a quick sewing, which was fun. It was just like real quick, not too much. But you know what? It didn't pop up on my YouTube this time for whatever reason, but that's okay. All right. Okay, good. Okay. Are you sewing, Karen? Oh, you're on my YouTube right now? Okay, perfect. Are you sewing yourself? Oh, you did? Oh, perfect. Thank you. I am going to do better in 2025. That is the plan. And just note for the next streams, we're actually going to be, actually, that's probably what I will do is talk about. We will be there will be a plan of action in regards to how we'll stream. And then I wanted to do a fun. I am teaching for Black History Month, for the Black History Month pattern designers with Natita. I am teaching at her conference at the end of February in Houston. Well, near the Houston area, and I wanted to do a fun kit for my viewers, so you all could also, since some of you are not able to go to the conference, but you can also get a chance to make to actually make the duster as well. So you'll get a chance to get the kit and make the duster. Let me see if people will be interested in that. I think that'll be fun, and then we'll do a live with that as well, so that you all can try it. So I don't have my pressing ham, so I have to use this, my clapper. I don't have my pressing clapper. Well, this is a clapper at the bottom, and then this is a ham for the breasts. But I also use it as a pin cushion. So just to press up and stuff. How long have you been sewing? Hey y'all. Hey, how are you all doing? Trying to see who's in here. It doesn't, you know what? Let me see. Let me go to Twitch. Because on Restream, for some reason, it's not showing me. And it just could be me. Could be me. Okay. I don't know. We're not going to do that. But yeah. Oh, what the mushroom was? Yes. So it is also a clapper because it has the wood at the bottom. So when I'm pressing, I'll use that. I lost my other clapper. I think my family threw it away. They probably thought it was a piece of wood or something. And my trash cans, I have two. One sits under this table, and I think it could have fell in there. And they must have just was like, oh, okay, and they picked it up, or it fell on the floor and they threw it out. So I have to get a new one. But the top I use for the pin cushion, and then this part I use when I am pressing fabric as my clapper to keep, to take up the moisture, and then it keeps the hem and everything in place and gives it a nice professional feel. So when I steam everything, I go in there with the wood clapper and I press down on it. And then this, if for bras or for a bustier top or anything that's round, I'll use that and press on top of here as a ham, a pressing ham. So I do have my pressing hams here as well, but you can also use this. So it's multifunctional. It is. It sure is. So you do on and off for a few years. Oh, okay, good. Good. So in this space, I am Monica. That's a Monica. But this year, we're going to come out of our comfort zones. I know for me, I am. I've always enjoyed going live. I enjoy talking. I enjoy connecting with people in person and on here, but like in ways where we have conversation, not just me talking about myself. But my lives are going to be fun and educational. We will be doing fun interviews. I used to do a show called On the Road with That's So Monica, where I would go to a lot of the different fabric stores here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I want to continue to do that, especially since we've had the tornadoes, and a lot of the fabric areas have regrouped a little bit. Some went away, but some of the stores have rebranded. New stores have come in. So I want to highlight those areas. I will also be doing fun fabric giveaways, fun pattern giveaways. I'm actually working on developing my first, not first, I do have a pattern. I have two actually sewing patterns, a bag pattern. That's a free bag pattern that's in my bio on my Instagram, and I have to share it here. And actually, we should do that. And then I have my duster pattern that I made. It's simple. It's very simple. But I am working on my first culling pattern, so that is one that I would like to definitely do. So if you're here watching, introduce yourself so I can say hi and see you. For whatever reason, I think I know what to do. Let me go into Twitch so I can see if I can see there. I can see who's in here, because for some reason my chats are not coming through like I want them to. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is the first time. Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, I can do. Okay, we can do a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to ask a question in the chat, you can ask me anything. I think I posted it. Did it come up? Yeah, it's a Q&A. Ask questions in the chat, and then I will answer those questions for you. We did on IG. Oh, yes, Karen. What's your name on Instagram? Is it Karen Leslie as well? I remember the conversation. Oh, you made it? I can't wait to see it. Send me a picture. Hi, the dearie. How are you? How are you doing? You know what? I probably need to set up my other camera so then you guys can see my hands and not just my face. I think that would be good too, right? So we'll make sure we do that for the next one. I am changed the room around so that I can have an effective way to stream. You know, I'm on my laptop, and that's the only thing. It's big and clunky, but being able to have something that's set up that you all can see, that's going to be important because you want to be able to see the hands and what it is that we're doing. And I may have to move my machine on this table when I am sewing. So we're going to do a blind hem. But what I like to do is once I press everything, I actually like to pin everything in place and let that sit and just hang for a bit. And then I come back in to press. I'm sorry, to sew. So I'm going to go ahead and put my needles in here. But you can see how the hem it's held in place since I did that. It's held in place, which I don't need the pins, but I'm going to definitely add the pins just to kind of hold it in. And this pattern calls for a and I may hand stitch them instead of doing a blind hem on the machine. It depends, because sometimes when you do the blind hem on the machine, you'll tend to see you may see it in the fabric a little bit, depending on how far you go ahead and do the blind hem. So we can discuss that later. But I will be going live tomorrow on the Sew Your View platform. And let me introduce myself to you for those who don't know. Oh, you do? Thank you. You watch YouTube more? Okay, perfect. I'm going to be on both. I'm going to be on both YouTube and Twitch, as well as on so make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Comment and let me know in did I put the question and answer? Did that come up? You can ask a question in the chat. I think you should be able to. Okay, ask questions in the chat. Yes, definitely ask your questions in the chat. But I want to know what do you all want to see? What do you all want to see from me? Because I know what I have in my mind, what I would like to do, but I would love to hear from you all to see kind of what you would like to see from me, what you think is working. Yeah, all of those things. I would love to know what you would like to see from me so that we can discuss that. And then that would help me help you so that we have things that we can view and go from there. And it's not just, you know what I mean? Let me know, because I am very flexible and I'm here to serve you all. That's going to be important. Oh yeah, that is, yes, it is, Karen. It's the beautiful fabric from the shirt dress. I had fabric left over from it. Okay, so first of all, I always buy about 4 to 5 yards of fabric. For the most part, I usually buy 5 yards. The least is 4, and sometimes 3, depending on what I'm making. So I always have fabric left over because I feel like what happens is I'll ask my daughter, "Hey, do you want something?" And she's like, "No, I don't like it. I don't want it." And then once I make it, she's like, "Oh, do you have any more of that fabric left? Because can I have the same thing or something like this?" And I'm like, "Really? It's not available." So that's what kind of happens. So I have it pinned there. It's not all pinned in place, but let me go ahead and pin it all in place. And I'm just going to let it hang. I don't have my hem tape for some reason. I cannot find it. And I had another one that Nicole had given me to use. And I don't know what I did with that one. So I want to go ahead and make sure that this hangs and settles. This is another thing you want to do. So what I did earlier today was why it takes me long to make clothes too is because I take my time, but then also I, I like to go in and make sure all of the finishings on the inside look good too, and try to get as much of threads, the thread snips out, and just all of that to kind of look. So I kind of eyeballed the hem for this. For this one, I eyeballed the hem, as you can see. But I think I did good. Let me make sure all of this is pressed open. Even though I was at the retreat center sewing, I did sew part of this at the retreat center. I didn't get a chance to press all of it because I didn't have my iron with me to use at the time. And at the retreat center, they don't like to put water in their irons because the quilters don't use water as much. So I want to make sure that all of this is pressed. Everything looks good. The insides are nicely serged and all of that stuff. And then I can go ahead and finish the skirt. But I think you guys will get a chance to look at this week because I'm loving it. I am really loving it. And the slit looks nice. So I'm gonna put it on the mannequin in a second so you guys can see it. Oh, okay. What pattern was that for the leather skirt? Oh, Carol, it's this. This is actually both patterns, Carol. Simplicity 1559, my tried and true. So I'm doing view D. I'm going to show you view D. I've made it so okay. I'm going to show you guys how many times I've made it. Actually, I think I'll show you on here. But here it is in the red leather skirt. This is it in that. It has a vent in the back so you can walk. It is hemmed. It has darts in the front and also 2 darts in the back. It also has a lap zipper. Sorry. Yep. And then it is faced. Okay. And it's a nice cherry red. Matches my lips, my nails, and my boots. Okay. And then I am currently finishing up this skirt. It's to her knees. I am doing okay. I didn't do view E. View E is this one. Mine is a little bit long, but it's not as short as this. It comes up to right below my knee, but I didn't do it to my ankles. So I am working on that right now. It's just giving it a good press, and I just need to hem it. The hem is a blind hem, but it calls for you to hand sew. Y'all know I don't like hand sewing, so that's the only thing. But yeah, let me pull this down. Sorry. So, give me 1 second. It's harder when you're doing it from your computer versus your phone. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here. Then y'all be able to see me, right? Okay. I think that should work. Let's dip it down just a bit. All right. I think that works. Yep. Okay. So it has it's a skirt here, and then here is the split. I want to try it on to make sure that the split is where I want it, but I think it's fine because I'm definitely going to wear it to work. I don't need to be showing all of the cha-chas. You know, this was more of a work skirt. You know, it was not one for the red one is for the streets. Oh, who passed away? Calvin Jones, NFL football former football player. Oh no, a lot of the greats. We did leave. Hey Carmen, we did leave, but I came on for me. Thank you, Kajana. Uh-huh. I came on just to finish up because I was still sewing before I'm done, just for 30 more minutes. Yeah, because Mia had to go teach her class because she was late. And then I said, let me come on myself since I haven't been on there. Do you want to come on, Carmen? Carol? Anybody? You want to join me for a few minutes? So we can chit chat? Let me know. I'm available. I'm available. A live pattern auction. Ooh, you go live with people who have patterns they want to offload, and the viewers either bid or agree to pay. Yes, and I love a good sale. I love buying and I love selling. Okay, I like that. So I will be doing live fabric selling. It won't be an auction. It will be my top picks. I'm working with DFW Fabrics, and it will be my top fabric picks for the month. And then what we'll do is I'll be there live. I will let you all know ahead of time, like way ahead of time. This live today was just a test. I didn't really announce it, but you will have proper notice for this one. And I'm working with the company now to see if it's going to be an weeknight or if it's going to be during the weekends. Okay. And then I'll take a poll to see what works for everybody. So then we can kind of look at that and see, you know. Oh, you're driving? Okay, perfect. No worries. Stay safe, Carol. Stay safe. So that we can decide what we want to do. If we want to do if I want it on a weeknight or if I want it on a weekend. But I will have my top picks of fabric. You'll get to buy them live right then and there. I'll show you the fabric. Some of them I will have sewn, so you at least will have a chance to see what it looks like sewn up, things like that. I don't know if those of you remember the Bruce Glenn dress that I made, inspired blue Bruce Glenn dress that I made some time ago last year. They have that fabric still, a variety of different fabrics. So I'll pick my top choices, and then you'll get an opportunity to buy it right then live, and then they'll ship it to you the next day. If it's the weekend, they'll ship it to you on Monday. If it's during the week, they'll ship it to you the next day, and you'll get to call in. So those will be fun. Those will be fun Monica live fabric shopping. And then I also, because I love talking to people, will do live interviews on here. So I will have that set up with a couple of people with the interviews. Some will be in person, where I'll actually be going to their homes to look into their fabric stashes. It will be on the road, but that's on Monica. We'll be popping that up again, and you'll get a chance to see that. And then some will just be on here where we'll talk. We'll have some fun goodies. Of course, I'll talk about sorority, my business, Sew Your Views, sew alongs on here. So I'm just working on a schedule, but at the end of the day, I know I just need to start and stop, yeah, just do. So that's why today we're just doing. And you know what? I have to be in the mood to go live. I really do. But if I have a schedule and I can keep to it, we gonna make that happen. Okay. We're gonna make it happen. So I just finished hemming. For some reason, something is doing this with my my zipper right here. Like it's giving me a point. So I want to kind of go in here, and I'm going to see about cutting that right out to make sure that everything kind of sits straight. So I'm going to let this hang for a little bit. Let it hang. That's the slit right there, as you can see. So I'm going to give it a good press. You see it's pinned. Just going to let it hang and let it do its thing. And then tomorrow we will hem. Okay, and tomorrow I will be live with Nikki of Sewing My Style, where we'll be discussing the sew your view for this month, which are jeans, and talking about January. I can't believe the end of January is coming up. And then February, I'll be doing some fun Black History Month. We're going to do my caftan pattern. We're going to do my caftan pattern. I will have kits and stuff for everybody, and also possibly a bag kit. And then I have some fabric giveaways. I have a lot of fabric. So we'll do that. And then definitely some styling and Wednesday nights. I believe it's going to be Wednesday or it's going to be Thursday. I just don't want to compete with, I want to support everybody else who's on stream, but I know that as we're growing these channels in sewing, I don't want to be at this on the same time with my friends, because I love being in my friends' lives and watching them. So I want to make sure that the times that I choose are good, and also knowing that they may be live as well, but just that it work for me and my work schedule. But it's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday. Hey, how you doing, lady? Miss Lynn with Sewn Adaptive is on. If anybody wants to join me for a few 15 minutes, let me know. I can send the code. I think I know how to do that. Believe it or not, I am a techie person. It's just when it's in the beginning, sometimes it becomes like, oh, you try to figure it out. You're like, what's happening here? Why isn't it working for you? But if you want, let me know. I can invite you. Okay, Carmen, if you're free, because I saw your dress was looking amazing. Looking amazing. Um, uh, hey Lynn, how are you, darling? Yes, the figuring out part can be a little stressful, can definitely be a little stressful. So, those are the things. So, next week, you're going to start to see me slowly putting everything in. And then by February, which is the following week, literally, I will have an actual, like, standard schedule and what we're going to do, because I'll definitely going to be busy in the next couple of months, like really, truly busy. But I want to make sure. And then I want to talk to you guys about what's happening with Joanne. What does that mean? What does that look like? That's going to be a whole nother. In fact, yes, I'm going to schedule that for this week, because I do have some news and some things to talk about with Joanne and what that looks like for us as a sewing community and all of that stuff. And then I'll be working on my Craftcation wardrobe. I want you guys to help me with that. Valentine's Day look. I'll be cutting out in the same fabric. I'm going to cut out red. I said red. This is red hearts, and then we're going to embroider them onto a white shirt or a sweatshirt. And then I'm also going to try this new thing where you do the cutout of the sweatshirt, but then underneath is exposed with, it's like a applique, but it's a reverse applique. So like you would sew this on the inside, like, I would sew it on the inside of my shirt and then sew around the heart, and then I would go on the shirt and cut it out, and then the shirt would be frayed, or we can zigzag stitch that. So I want to try some fun things like that. I'm a DIY girly, so we're going to do some fun DIYs as well. This is going to sort of serve as a fun lifestyle channel, cooking, recipes, a variety of different things. That's so Monica. So the sewing is the thread that brings us all together. I always have said that way before I started sorority with Nikki and Kiki and Tarsha, but I've always coined that, and sewing with that, with any thread you weave and all of you bring things together. That's kind of how I am. I bring kind of everything together, from sewing to style to fashion to this to that, all of that stuff. So we're gonna have fun here, but I want to know what you want to know. Okay, what you want to know, what you want to see. Okay, you let me know. And if y'all want to join me, sign up, because we're going to have some signups. Hello. Hey, Web Diva. How are you? Okay, so I love the live pattern auction. I love that, especially now that, patterns all over the place. I love that. I actually have a whole bunch of patterns that I probably will be giving away. So we'll stay tuned for that. And maybe with the auction, they don't go up to a certain price. Because sometimes we used to get those patterns for $1. Then it was $1.99, then $2.99. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we keep them to a nice part. Hey, Angel. Hey, Dollface. How are you? Are you sewing? Oh, and then February, we'll be doing the jeans with Mia and Angel. They're going to be sewing the ginger jeans. Kajana, we've already said rest in peace. Did you really love him, Mr. Jones? Or are you a troll? Because we don't do trolls here, okay? I'm from the Bronx. I manage trolls. All right. So we'll have that scheduled. So the fun stuff you guys used to see on my page on Instagram, I will be also doing that here. I do like the Fendering Drive donate to. Okay, thank you. No sewing. You're actually looking for denim fabric for the ginger jeans. Oh, okay. Definitely too. Check out Nikki. She had a lot of denim with the kits that she had. And if you need denim, I can thank you, Brooklyn Timmy. Yes. If you need denim, let me know because I'll be going to the Fabric District in Dallas this week. Actually, if I don't go, I probably will be going. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. My job isn't too far from there, my office. So when I am there, I like to do that for lunchtime, like to get away. It's always fun to just go fabric shopping, you know? So I'll do that. But tomorrow, yeah, I don't have that many meetings. And Tuesday, I don't have that many meetings. Yeah, so let me know if you want me to look at fabric for you, Angel. I can. They have a lot of denim. The denim used to be $5 a yard. Now it's $7 a yard. But they have all types of denim. All types of denim. Okay. So now that that's hung, the one thing I am gonna do is I like to clean up my space. So I'm going to fold this back because I know exactly how I need to hem the skirt. So I'm going to do that. And then I will be going to cook some African food. I'm going to make some African stew. So the hubby has food and ain't complaining since I'm here sewing and doing all types of stuff. And then I'm going to do baked chicken for myself for meal prep for the week. So I have that while I'll have the housewives and stuff showing on. But we have some time because it's only 7 o'clock and I had a good nap today. So please ask your questions away and I will definitely go from there. National Denim Day. Kajana, do you sew? Are you a fashion designer? What do you do? Okay, so let's hang. Let me get a hanger to hang this. And then I'm going to I have my hangers. Yeah. Hang both skirts. I usually like to put them on my dress form, but my dress forms are not really my size. They're not. They're just plastic dress forms. So when you see the stuff on there, they're not my size. I have them pinned in the back. But you know what? I may put it on this one because I can pin this one itself. I don't want to do that to the leather one, but I'm just gonna let it actually no, I'm just gonna let it hang and let it do its thing. And then I need to get my hem tape so that my facing can stay in. Even though it's in there, I need to hand sew. I don't like hand sewing. I'll be very honest with you. Side note, Lynn, I told the editor, oh wow. Oh, that is great. Lynn, did you see the message from Dia? Thank you, Dia. Oh, look, you see the connection? Lynn is amazing. She would love that. Look at the skirt, y'all. It's so cute, right? It looks so boxy. Oh, that's the one thing. I did talk about taking some of it in here. So that's what I did not do. I can't hem this. See, I got distracted. I need to peg it. Okay, so we're gonna let it hang, but I do need to peg it. Wait, okay, so Lynn, I don't know if you could see in the comments, but Dia, let me highlight it. Can I highlight it? Darn it, how do I highlight? Okay. Somebody tell me, how do you highlight? I don't know how to highlight her comment. Hold on. Oh, I think I can do. Okay, hold on. So Dia wrote, I'm gonna highlight her comment right now. Darn it. Nope, nope, nope. She told them to feature you. Okay. Right there, Lynn. Look at me learning. Look at me learning. Okay, did you see that, Lynn? Perfect. Okay. Yes. Thanks, Diane. So I did not peg the skirt. Okay, so what pegging is basically bringing it in like on the side. So you have the skirt here. Let's say this did not have the slit, okay? Okay, I'll do it on the pattern. So do you see the pattern? Do you see how on this lady, you see how it's coming in down here and it's giving her that voluminous sort of look? It looks tapered here. It's basically tapering the skirt on the bottom. So from your waist down your hip, you come in and you kind of taper that in. You see how it looks on her? That's exactly how I prefer it to look on me. But when you look at it here, do you see how it's boxy? That's how the pattern actually looks when you make it. But on her, it's pulled in, it's pegged. So most of the time when you look at a pattern, sometimes you look at the envelope. You look at how the model is wearing it. And sometimes that makes and breaks a pattern for me. Because if they can't, half the time these patterns are not styled. I don't even know who is in charge of that. Because half the time these things are not styled, they look a hot mess, and I'm not buying them. But what I like to do, which I've learned, is I turn it over and I look at the back of the pictures, I look at the potential, I look at what it is that I'm trying to make, and then I go from there, and then that's what it is. Oh, you're blind. But okay, so Diane is she's going to message you. Basically, Lynn, she interviewed she met an editor of an accessibility magazine about you. And she mentioned them, and she with her position is on the board of directors at a health center. So she wants them to feature you. So she's going to message you to see about them featuring you. Yeah, so I don't know. See, amazing things happen in the DMs. So, oh, okay. So, do y'all want to see how I plan on styling this one? Y'all already see my red boots, so it's gonna be with my red boots. Okay. So let's talk about what's coming up next, and then I can get off here because y'all know Monica. I will talk y'all heads off. That's the one thing. That's why I said if anybody wants to join me, join me. But I'd rather have some format. But again, I don't mind because you know what? This is sort of like my own fun reality show. To be honest with you. Yeah. Okay. So I'm making some shorts, right? In this orange fabric. I need to let me get it. But I wanted to do this fabric, this measuring tape fabric in a shirt, in like a button-up collared shirt. Can you see this? Like in a button-up collared shirt. And I don't like horizontal usually on me, but of course I'm probably going to have to do it so that it's the measuring tape versus vertically. And then I'll probably go back and forth. But here is the fabric. And I'm just going to make a cute button-up shirt. If I have enough, which I don't think I have too much, but if I have enough, I will do a wider sleeve. So I'm going to cut out the front and back, and then I'm going to think about if I can do like a nice puff sleeve. If not, it'll just be a button up with a cuff, and then I'll probably add a nice neon or a complementary color for piping around the sleeve head, the wrist, the collar, as well as the button facing. To do that, but I'm trying to see what color neon I want to do. So this is for Craftcation. I'm teaching a sewing class. I'm teaching a few sewing classes. So I wanted to make a cute fun sewing outfit to match with it. So yeah, everything is gonna kind of be fun and colorful and like sewing related and and things like that. I get giddy with sewing stuff because I'm a mess, I'm a mess. So we're gonna clean up. So see, like this, how I have all of this left. This is all I have left. I'm not gonna throw it out, but we're gonna use these things for something. But what I like to do is just cut it. I cut it down so that I have enough to. I have enough to. I have a way to put it away in a good way. So I'm gonna cut it down and then so that I can use it to create something. Maybe some appliques. I also use it with my serger when I'm practicing on it to try different things. It helps. And then I use the leftover fabric to stuff in things. Stuff in like pillows and furniture and stuff like that. So that's always a good thing to do. But it helps me fold. I fold it down and then I have it and then I stuff it into my little bag. But then I come back and I do those things. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's very incredible. Very, very incredible. Okay. What else would y'all like to see? Tell me. I am all ears so that I know. And are you guys liking the streaming aspects of it? I know a lot of other groups are doing really great. I just also want to make sure that that I have you know, some things that I am saying that work for everybody and and all of that stuff. Hi, hi, hi. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me. One thing I don't know, I can't hear the alerts. I don't know where everybody is on watching. Please drop in the chat where you're watching from. If you're watching on YouTube, you love the Golden Globes recaps. I will be doing awards season. Let's see the Emmys. Let's see when that is. We're gonna go and get the calendar, and then I'm going to build that schedule out so that y'all can see that as well. You love streaming. What else can you do? Maybe pattern reviews. I love pattern reviews. Oh, I can definitely do some pattern reviews. We can do that too. That would be fun. Okay. Okay. So pattern reviews, fabric shopping, interviews about your sewing space, live sewing. But with the live sewing, I want to be able to have things that I'm working on that you all can also work on possibly, or those particular tips. You're on both? Okay. I see you. Thank you. Thank you, Sab Cells Couture. I love it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to get my YouTube up. I remember my first YouTube tutorial video. That one has a lot of views, like thousands of views, but I never picked it back up again. Thank you, Brooklyn Timmy. I would do small videos here and there, but because I have to do this stuff for work. I don't like seeing cameras when I'm home, if that makes any sense. I produce a lot of videos for work now. And it got to the point that it was like, oh my God, it's exhausting. When I get home, I wanted to take that break, right? So for my full-time job at the time, I've had a variety of different, my career span is very, trajectory is very interesting. And you know what, I'm going to tell you guys here. So I started when I went to college. I went to school for nursing. West African parents, that's what they wanted me to do. I didn't necessarily want to be a nurse at the time. In hindsight 22, I probably still should have listened, because nursing is always a career that's one that's sustainable. It's always going to be there. People always need nurses. It's one that it is fulfilling, but at the time I didn't want to be a nurse. That wasn't my passion. I'm a creative by heart, and I wish that at the time that my parents probably would have zoned into that for me. But needless to say, I was always involved with organizations on campus, student government. I was vice president at my university, and then also president of the university for student government. I was doing a lot. I was very involved on campus, even from high school, planning events, marketing, all of those particular things. So I ended up, just to stay in healthcare, I did a healthcare administration and health and human services. But because I was involved in student government on campus, and I know this is not about sewing, but just to kind of run it back. I'm gonna go real fast. I got into higher education, student affairs administration, and higher education. So I was working at colleges and universities, planning all of the. So like if you see like homecoming events, parades, all of concerts, series, all of those things. Speaker series, like when I tell you I've met so many different people, from former presidents to John Glenn, one of the first astronauts, Sidney Poitier, Johnny. Oh God, Johnny Cochran, Bill Clinton. I've met so many different people, even Rick Ross from Day 26. Oh, Little Kim, all of these, Redman, all of these celebrities and stuff, and notable people, Alice Walker, because I would do these events at the colleges and universities, and have them come and speak at the symposiums and those types of things. But then my work in the school that I went to, that I worked at, led me into with higher ed. You could get into different disciplinaries in higher ed administration. So, and I chose to do multicultural education. So I was working with diversity and inclusion, equity and inclusion, and then also planning events as well as for the campuses. All of those multicultural cultural type of events that you would see at any college or university if you've attended. Those are some of the things that I would do. So with that, after that, I transitioned, was in higher ed for some time. And then I decided to go work at a nonprofit and use my healthcare degree. So I went and did that, was planning events and writing grants and doing wonderful things in the community to help with health disparities within minority communities in the Washington, D.C. DMV area. So I did that for a few years. And then after my supervisor lost funding for my position, I took off for a year and focused on family, and then got back into working in special events. I actually was working at one of the law schools in DC, doing events for the lawyers. It was really fun. I learned a lot too. I was like, oh, should I go to law school? Yeah. I was doing a lot of intellectual property law events. And they love to eat, and I love to eat. Gained a lot of weight because we had food at everything. Then we moved to Texas. And then I started working for the city in one of the local cities here, and doing events as well. Large scale events. I had a lot of large clients. And then when the pandemic hit, went into marketing and went back to school and got a digital marketing certification. And there you have it. So I still do events when I'm pulled to. I do it for my business, for sorority. And then also personally, I do have some consulting events that I do for private clients. And then for the most part, I work on branding and digital marketing, especially our videos and how we are viewed, the perception of the department in public. So I'm enjoying that. It's funny because I've always sort of like, I never thought I would be a producer in that way. But I remember growing up as a child, I always loved watching music videos, and I would watch them. And I remember Hype Williams, for those of you who know, in the 90s, there was Hype Williams. He used to do all the hip hop, R&B music videos. I would listen to the music and listen to the songs, and then I would always imagine what the music video would look like or feel. Yeah. And so it's funny how I'm doing it now. So again, didn't want to see any cameras. So when I come home, I'm like, I just want to sew. I just want to kind of sew and talk about fabric, talk about all this fabric. Yes. Hype did everybody's video, Angel. I know you know. So I thought I was a female Hype Williams, and even now. So when I'm watching the videos, I don't have to film anymore, thank goodness, because I used to go in with the cameras and I would be filming. I would also edit. It's a lot. So I was able to hire videographers. So I kind of tell them my vision now, and then I kind of go in. But every now and then I have to be in the field, and you'll see me filming. If I'm not on camera, I'm behind the camera. So I think for me, it was just turning it off for this. But I've always enjoyed it. And in a way, I've always wanted like a lifestyle television show because I could see it. So this is going to be it. Okay. Just so y'all know, I'm asking you guys what you want to see to make sure that what I have envisioned is in line with what you all would like to see, because it's important to keep you all engaged. So again, we're going to be talking about sewing, but I'm going to go in because I'm an open book and no question will be unanswered. I don't care what you ask. I'm going to answer it. So go in, delve in, and it's okay. And if you want to send me, I'll do a question poll where it will be private. So we'll ask those, I'll do that. So no one feels that they're on the spot or anything like that in case they ask me something, what you may have heard in the sewing community that you want me to address. I'll address it. Let's go. Hey, I'm an open book. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I cannot wait. Okay, we got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. If you want to ask me something, ask it now. If you want to DM it to me and not on here, please do. My DMs are open. Okay. I don't mind at all. And I'll answer it. I will. I definitely will. And then, so we'll be talking about, just to give you a rundown, where's the show intro? I want to see you do one. You got a theme song? So I have one for the On the Road with That's So Monica. Hold on. Let me see if I can, I'm going to pull it up. That one, that was cute. That was cute. Like I was in my convertible and I didn't have a convertible at the time. So I just knew it was like, oh, sometimes you got to speak things into existence. So I was like, oh, I want a convertible. I want the fabric coming out of the top of it. I want and it was something it's so cute. And then the dress form and then like the scarf. So it's funny how it came to fruition. I ended up getting a convertible. And then yeah, I'm gonna see if it's gonna oh me. I'll pop it up here so you guys can see it and show it to you all. It's I'm laughing at it because I remember how okay, yeah, I got it queued up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to play it for y'all. All right, let's pray that I could do that. Hi, Big Nat Anna. Hey, I'm going to be sending you a message very soon. How are you, darling? Okay, let's see. We're going to share the screen. See, when I'm on Mia's stuff, I could do it. Okay. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Okay. Also share audio. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do this. Okay. So if y'all can see it, let me know. I think y'all can. All right. Okay.
So come on with me as you tour Dallas Home Fabric Center.
Oh my God. Do y'all remember that? I'm in the car driving and then I get a convertible and it's not red. I'm like, really? Why? Why isn't it red? So I may go ahead and paint it red. But what's funny is I want to thank you, Brooklyn Timmy. Thank you, Angel. I want to put the dress form just the way it is in the car. Like I want to do this. It's okay. So y'all hear me out. If y'all see this video, y'all better love it. Okay. So you know how Usher's like it's 7:00 on the drop. I'm in on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Right. So this is the video. Again, this is how my mind works. So I get in the car, right? And I'm cruising the streets, the top is down. And then I pull up, right? And when I pull up, it's my dress form with my sewing machine. I got a little pretty thing, which is my sewing machine. She's waiting for me, right? And this in front of the Joanne, like she's literally waiting for me. So I pull up, I take her, put her in the car because I got plans to put my hands in places. In the machine, we got to put our hands in places to get to. So I'm gonna take her to a place that's nice and quiet when no one's around, which is the sewing room. And we ain't gotta rush, because we gotta take it slow on that pedal. Because we just gonna do it nice and slow. Literally. The song has me thinking about sewing. So I want to do it, but I feel like I need to have the drone footage. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I can't drive and fly the drone. So I saw the other little drones that they had. Hi, Tiso and Crochet. Crochet, how are you? I saw the other drone, that you lift up that they have. So I was just like, okay, we could do that. But then I have to go through like underpasses and stuff. So I was like, oh, that may not work. So I got to get my videographer to do it. But can you see it? So I have this stuff and I'm driving. I have my little scarf on my neck that's blowing in the wind, the long one that I have that looks like a measuring tape. It's so funny that I ended up buying a measuring tape scarf too that's in this video. And it does, right? And I'm like, so now I take her from the thing, I pull up and she's just waiting. So when I do that video, because I'm going to do it. When I do that, since Joanne's are closed, that's going to be my little thing. When I do that video, y'all better love that video, okay? I am going to produce it. I'm going to edit it. Everything. Only thing I will not do is film the drone portion. You're loving the vision? But I was like, oh, let's take it to a place that's nice and quiet. Hey! There's no one's there to interrupt. And then you're gonna see my foot on the pedal. I just want to take it nice and slow. And it has to be 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. Yeah. So I've had that vision in my mind for a few years. Again, it was sitting here. But that's how my mind works. That's how I see things. All right, y'all, because I can be on here chit-chatting, excuse me, which is what I do best. Make sure, while I'm here, commercial break. Hi, I'm Monica, one of the founders of Sorority Wear. Make sure to get your sorority tumbler cup. You can put any beverage you want in it. It stays cold. It has a nice straw. It also comes with a cleaner. No spill, all of that, okay? And it has our sorority emblem on it and all of the notions and colors. And it's available on www.sororitywear.com. Y'all know I'm a mess. If y'all didn't know by now, just know that this is me 24/7, okay? Y'all are going to see this on here and be like, what? Yeah. So we're going to be sewing and chatting, okay? But let me go cook because, I got an African husband. I ain't gonna... Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Somebody just sent me a message. Oh, okay. Somebody asked a question about, watching you on Twitch right now. It's so fun. Thank you. I was wondering if buying the Ditto is still a thing or a good idea. Haven't seen much of them anymore, but it's been on sale at Joanne. So your thoughts. Okay, let me sit back down. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. So right now, and we're going to have this Joanne talk this week. So for those of you who don't know, Ditto was Joanne is one of the investors of Ditto, as well as Singer was. Singer is no longer. I know there's been a lot of people talking about whether or not Singer is or isn't. Singer is no longer an investor for Ditto. Their names are on the boxes because their name was on the box from before. Okay. So the Ditto right now is on sale. Ditto right now is looking for an investor because if you look in the bankruptcy, the Chapter 11 filings, they were named one of those. So Joanne possibly going out of business will also affect Ditto. Now, I love my Ditto. Do I use it often? Ever since I was done with my obligations, it sits here. I have not used it as much. I will be very honest with you. And it's interesting because I've seen a lot of the ambassadors who were selected for Ditto. They all have purchased, for the most part, other projectors. Now, the only issue that I've had with my Ditto that I'll say, and I've said this before. Oh, that's my daughter. Hold on one second. Hey, sweetie, can I call you right back? I'm on live in 5 minutes. Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Okay, sorry about that. Now I gotta go because I don't. Was she calling me for? So I gotta talk to her. But I will say that with projector sewing, I think projector sewing is amazing. tool to have. I think it's great. I see a lot of people using it. I loved it because it did cut out on the paper patterns, the storage of the paper patterns. To me, I always think about my carbon footprint. As well as sustainability, not just the carbon footprint, but just as well as sustainability and what I'm adding to the environment from purchasing patterns, throwing them in the trash, either not recycling them, and those particular things. So I think the projector definitely can help with that. The only thing with the Ditto at the time, they were supposed to release, and this was 2 years ago, I believe, after they were supposed to release the Creative Studio part where you can go in and create your own patterns. I love the customization of the Ditto. I love the fact that for the Ditto patterns, you could literally, we did this at the sorority retreat. So all 50 people who attended got a chance to see it. You got to put your own, information in there. I put everybody's measurements, and then it's basically calibrated it to the pattern to your fit. So depending on your arms, your height, your bust size, everything. Like I was taking all measurements, and these people were like, "Are you going to ask me for my social security number?" Because that's how detailed it was. I think that software is revolutionary. Okay. Number two, I will say that was one of the things that I love, that customization of it. You couldn't customize all the patterns, you can only customize the Ditto patterns. Number three, what I did not really like about it is some of the patterns were not my style. They had some that were great and great blocks. Again, not all sewing patterns, even in the big four, whatever they call themselves, big five, whatever it is, are my style at all. Hence why I'm making my own sewing patterns to fit. But I usually hack and do all of those things because I want things that are going to be the things I like to wear, right? So I think they could have added a little room, which I think that they've worked on. So that's that. So to answer your question, I would wait. It's a good thing. My only thing, and I need to get an answer, and I do have a message in. I've been texting the team because I don't know if all of you know this, that Joann going out of business not only affects Joann, but it affects a lot of the people who have products in Joann. So from the big four, the patterns, right? I mean, yeah, they have their website, they can sell on their website, but a lot of people walk in, they may not know that they can go. Like if you're a new sewist and you just say, "Hey, I'm going to Joann Fabric to to go in," and then you see, "Oh, these are patterns," you may not know that you can buy them online, right? So it's easy and accessible to get them there. Two, you see Oliso irons, you see Fiskars, they sell their scissors in there. They're also Cricut. The list goes down the line. There are a lot of independent designers who have different brands with Joann that sell their fabric line. That also is in jeopardy. So it's not just the employees, the management. It's a whole slew of things. So I'm going to have this conversation in this talk because I think that when these crafting companies, these fabric companies, the people who are at the head, I wish that some of them actually did some of this work. Does that make sense? Really either sold or understood, not just getting the CEO of or former CEO of a Starbucks to come in to manage a company that's crafting related when you haven't even crafted yourself, to understand the needs of the people. I think Joann focused a lot on quilting cotton, and as you can see, I'm getting into quilting right now, and I'm a Benertex ambassador. By the way, we'll talk about that too. They A lot of quilters don't go to Joann to purchase quilting fabric because the quality is not what they want. They go someplace else. They may go into it, so it was too heavy on that versus the fashion fabric. So going back to answer your question, because I don't want to go on a full tangent here. Wait till next week and see. It's a good price. My only thing would be is where the software. So if you purchased it, if they don't get an investor, what would happen to Ditto? If they don't get an investor, what would happen to Ditto? Not Joann, Ditto, because Ditto is they have to move. So when Singer was no longer, SVP was no longer going to, I think, ended their partnership with Ditto, the employees who were working for Singer and Ditto had to transition straight to Ditto. So they lost their jobs at SVP. So adding to that, let's just go back a little bit. When you're in Joann and you see the Viking dealer, that specific position is created for Joann. So if they go out of business, that position will be lost. That person will be out of a job. They can't just fall back to Viking or SVP, which is Singer, Viking, and FOF. They can't fall back to that because there's no position there for that because they're selling the Vikings at Joann. So it's a lot of different things, and it's very different. I saw one influencer posted something like, "Oh, oh, this is so sad because I can't use my links and get money." I'm like, people are suffering. You talking about get priorities? Sorry. Let me see. This is what happens. Let me. Okay. So I would say wait. Wait. I will actually message me again this week because I am going to ask that question because I want to be able to give an informative answer for those who are like, this is a great deal. Oh, the last thing I will say too, because I've said this to the Ditto team. I thought the price point of the Ditto at the time when it came out was ridiculous. It was too expensive, to be honest with you. $7.99, $8.99, I believe that was what it was going for. And we didn't know the prices. And I'll just talk about myself. We didn't know the prices until the day of the launch when we were in New York. And we didn't get a chance to see all of the different patterns in it. You understand what I mean? So I was just excited and going to New York, but I stood by the product because I stood by the technology of it, and I was not using any other projector. But with anything that comes out, there's always going to be an improvement on software. There's always going to be an improvement on things. So I know that they were able to adapt your own PDF patterns into Ditto, which was great. The only thing with that is the mat for the Ditto is, let me see. Hold on. Do I have it here? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I have all my mats here. So like I have my Singer Memento, I'm using that. But so the Ditto mat, which the software basically calibrates with this mat, okay? So when you open it up, it has like software in it, not software in it, but it calibrates with this. Yeah, it calibrates with the boxes in here when you put it on. But the surface, the size of it is it's 36 inches across, basically 1 yard, right? So with that, think about if you are doing pants, you have to splice it, which I like the splicing method at first because you would, you put the dot and then you'll finish cutting and then you'll switch to the next, slide it over, and then the next part of the pattern will come up, and then you'll see the other new dot will match up to the old dot, and then you do that. The projectors that are out now, which you can put on your table, right? That you don't have to mount, because in the past people were mounting stuff to the ceiling, they couldn't move it around. That was one that was like we didn't like. But with the Ditto, you can move the pole. It stands still. My Ditto pole stands still. I still have it. You can see it. That's my hold on. This is my Ditto pole. It's still there. I have it. I can move it. I've moved it everywhere. So, but what people have now, they put on their table, and which projects fine. It calibrates fine. I don't know if they have the software where it goes to work with your own size, but you're able to cut the pattern all in one length. That is the thing. So again, the engineers for Ditto, I remember, you had different people, and I was saying to them, I have no problem telling people anything about anything, because you want the product to be right, and especially if your face is going to be on it, or you're going to be promoting it, or you're a voice for the community. I'm going to speak up on that. So I would say wait. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. All right. So the Joann. Okay. By the way, it's not Joann's with an S. They did correct us on this a few years ago. It's just Joann. Joann is singular or plural. But of course you would say Joann's because, yeah, but they consider it a noun. Right? Isn't it? Yeah. No. Versus a no, I don't know. Whatever. But they just tell no apostrophe is. But we're going to say Joann's because it's a JoJo. So the Joanne by me said she was waiting to hear if they were closing that store, or all the Joannes closing at the same time. Or are they phasing them out? So some Joanne stores will be closing because of their funding, and it's tied into that. But then also, just for cost savings, the low performing stores, those are the ones that will possibly close. I have to read up a little bit more and kind of, what I did do the first week after hearing the news. Of course, definitely disappointed. I will say that Joanne did send an email out to me to ask, like, they have their they have their new, I'm sorry, like, everyone loves Joanne. They are asking people to do that. If you're able to, everyone loves Joanne. What is it? That campaign, everybody loves you. Yeah, if you are able to, go ahead and do that. They want people to see, especially any new investors, how many people love Joanne. So I did message people that I've worked with there, to let them know how much I'm thinking about them, and I'm praying that things go well. I've also messaged the team at the Ditto team, to let them know, because it affects them, as well as other individuals that I've worked with that I know personally that have worked there. So I think, yeah. And right now, the Vikings, if you're interested in a Viking, because Viking doesn't know what's happening with the stuff too. Nicole had a Viking that was 13,000. It's on sale for $4,000. So if you're looking for a Viking, I mean, you can get a payment plan, but hey, maybe a Aspire, or whatever those things are. All right. Let me see if I have any other questions in my DM. Hi, D. How are you? Okay. Yes, you can project your own patterns. Yep, you can. You can project your own projector file, PDF patterns. You can. The only thing is, it doesn't show the color, because Ditto is the one color. So that was the one thing. But again, they were upping as we were talking, and we are like, look, you need to get this, you need to do this. They were like, oh, because you had engineers who were working on it, who not necessarily sold, but then their team of designers did. But then also, you got to think about, you want to make sure that you have a pulse in the community. If you're going to create any type of product, you want to make sure that you have a pulse in the community, and not just seeing it for yourself. So for instance, for us who are creating sewing patterns, are you creating the patterns that you personally like, or are you creating patterns that you think the community is going to like? You want to make sure you have your target audience, who you're going to be serving for that. What is the need? Are you creating patterns that are already out there? I've seen people create patterns, and I'm like, I saw that. You understand what I'm saying? All they did was just add one little line. You know, but then I see people who are actually creating patterns that are like, okay, no, the directions, or you're showing me new techniques. I'm loving the look of this. I'm loving how everything, the overall of it. And it's like, yes, I'm going to go in. I want to support. And I also think that this is amazing and fashionable. So yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Lynn, I think Diane said she emailed you. Perfect. All right. Let me see if anybody has any other messages. I don't mind answering them in my chat. Okay. I'm great, darling. Okay. Yeah, but we can have these conversations like this. I don't mind. We can have the Q&A. You can send me the questions ahead of time. I will not divulge your name. I won't do that if you don't want me to, but I will go ahead and answer any of the questions that you may have, and we can talk about it. And I don't have a problem answering anything. When I tell y'all anything, I'm an open book. I'm an open book. So you can ask away. I don't mind. Okay. So we'll talk, we'll get honest. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. Well, you know what? Look, and I may sit on here and give y'all the real tea of what's going on in this sewing community. What has happened and what has not. Okay. Depends on how I feel. All right, y'all. Let me go and get to cooking, because I'm not trying to be in the kitchen cooking for hours and hours. All right. It's been wonderful chatting with y'all. I know I didn't do as much sewing, but we got some stuff done, and we just chit chat. But look for me here on Sundays at 7, and with me and Nicole, and then for myself, I'll have that schedule, and then during the week we'll have our weeknight schedule. I believe it's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday, and then there'll be some times when I'll just pop on. Okay, and that's how we'll do it. And then of course you can catch the replay. But I love y'all. Take care. Okay, bye bye.